Hello Gemini, this is Tarot by Tess with your 18 reading. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, what are the messages for Geminis? What's coming toward Geminis? Okay, we got some information so far. 7 of Cups in reverse and the 5 of Cups in reverse. So I see you're really coming to reality about a situation and coming out of depression. This is good news. It's having to do with love because of all the cups. You could be dealing with a water sign. Oh, wow. Okay. And you have the High Priestess. But I think whatever revelation you're coming into, this revelation here, you may want to go back to an ex. Don't have to. Okay. This is just coming out of sorrow and depression and confusion. Okay. You're holding back about it. All this activity is really going on beneath the surface. You're a very reserved sign at this point. It could be that you're seeking counsel or you're providing counsel. I see whatever you were confused about, you're not confused anymore. I feel like you're the one with the knowledge here. So I don't know if there's something that you know about someone. Let's get some more information. Why is the High Priestess here for Geminis? Okay. Well, we have the Magician, and he comes right before the High Priestess whenever we're setting the cards out in order, and he's reversed. So that tells me to learn the lesson of the Fool, which is to be carefree and let go. And this tells me somebody's not aware of something. I think you are aware, okay? You do not know you're aware. Because here we have awareness in reverse. So there is this little bit of taking advantage of somebody who's not aware of something. Whenever you are aware of something, I'm getting this vibe. Remember, these can flip, so it doesn't have to be you doing this. I'm just providing this information for you, and take what you can from it and leave the rest. Okay. But these are a couple. They go together. And what I'm seeing is the male counterpart or the male energy in the situation may not be aware of something, whereas the feminine is. I could very much see somebody putting somebody on a pedestal and worshiping them with the Magician reversed and the High Priestess here. I feel like you're being very attractive to whomever is romantically interested in you. Like you would be seen as it, very elusive and mysterious. They can't figure you out. Because we have unreliable, deceiving, confusing, and then we have this, which is no longer confused. Unless this is self-deception. Okay, it can be deceiving when it's self-deception. But you know what's best for you. There might be some kind of desire that might be a little bit clouding your vision, but not much, okay? And what I see is you should just put your decisions on ice for now, okay? Especially when it comes to some kind of a partnership. Okay, let's keep going. This can be for people who are single or in a relationship. Somebody's coming out of heartbreak. Now, some of you be wanting to go back to an ex, but they're not aware that you want to. You guys kind of go together if you aren't manipulative. I'm saying he because of the card. 3 of Cups in reverse. Okay, there could be a third party involved, or there has been. Because see here, this is an affair card. We have the High Priestess, which can be a mistress. And some of you females are letting go of a male equivalent of a mistress. Letting go of your side boy is what I see. But the 3 cups are spilled here. And they were spilled here. But now you're focusing on the 2 of Cups that remain. And again, we still have 3 cups that are spilled. And then there's also 4 of Cups that were spilled. It's a very interesting read. With the 2 of Cups still remaining, you may focus on being friends with somebody with whom you were romantic. Or there may be a friend for whom you're starting to feel romantic sparks. Some of you are waiting for a male to initiate, but it looks like it's not happening because he may not even know you exist, or he's unaware of your feelings because you're being so reserved. And so therefore a reunion or a union is not happening. Because with the high priestess and magician, especially with him in reverse, he's supposed to initiate, but it doesn't look like he is. She's supposed to keep him from doing harm, like possible addictions here. But it looks like the person still have some addictions or partying kind of ways. You're supposed to win without effort, but without your counterpart, there's no winning going on here. And so you're sitting and you're waiting. Your perspective has changed because you're very intelligent and intuitive. I can even see you being submissive to somebody more dominant, but this person hasn't quite matured because they're reversed. They need to adopt the fool mentality, which is carefree, which you also need to adopt as well, which is starting new and fresh. Was it dancing to the beat of your own drum? Something of that nature. That's how I see the fool a lot. What else do we have for Gemini's French? Okay, we have the Page of Cups in reverse, which tells me somebody's not ready to reunite yet. They're not ready to forgive and make up. I could also see somebody have just needed too much attention, and it was a little draining. We have so many cups in here, so you're probably dealing with a water sign, a Pisces, for instance, or any other water sign. And I'm seeing that to a Gemini, this is seeming like a relationship that has squabbles and tantrums in it. Somebody could have promised you something, especially with the magician here. They could have promised you something, but then they couldn't give it to you. Especially also if you're dealing with an Aries type of person. This is somebody who can't make something happen. They're not offering the apology. They're not offering the right kind of love. They're not able to love you the way they're supposed to. And therefore, both of these tell me about low self-esteem. Okay? You feel like you have no dating options because of some past heartbreak, or you don't want to date. Okay, why is the Three of Cups here for Geminis? Why is the Three of Cups here? Okay, that wanted to come out. Ooh, you be dealing with an Aries. Emperor reversed for Three of Cups. There could be an end of a marriage. Because he seems like a father figure, but he's also, again, a dominant person. And they're both in reverse, which is not good. These are people who are stuck in their ways, more like domineering instead of dominant. I could also see some kind of emasculation going on. A male have some kind of issues going on, and therefore he's dating around. He feels like he doesn't have any power, and that's how he's getting it, and the attention and everything that he wasn't able to get. Because here, he was needing a lot of attention. He was an attention vampire. And I'm just saying he because we have some masculine cards representing this negative energy. They're not fully aware or enlightened compared to how you are. Okay? I mean, and they're very similar. I mean, look, they have the circle around both of them. These are guys who are aware, and these are guys who are not. They're not aware of how to use their power efficiently or correctly. And it's not your fault. It has nothing to do with you. This is on them. This is their journey, and they just have not been able to grow or evolve. With the Seven of Cups and the Emperor, I'm seeing internet, as well as not able to cut temptations when it comes to dating on the internet, or just cut temptations in general. I feel like there are some kind of addictions, could be sexual addictions. With the High Priestess and the Seven of Cups, that's usually a temptation of some sort. Cheating, or even a lack of healing from a past cheating. But it looks like somebody is. So I think you might be healing and maybe they are not, or vice versa. Okay, why is the Page of Cups reversed? That may be why somebody's not ready to kiss and make up. And somebody else is having a hard time finding admirers. They're not dating. Okay, we have Justice for the Page of Cups. And he always reminds me of the Magician. One, he has that circle around him, but he has all elements. The Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and Ace of Swords. So that tells me a lot like the Magician's table. He usually has all those in front of him. Here he does, but it's Justice, which makes no sense to me. But Justice has to use all of these things and make new beginnings. So with Justice and the Magician in reverse, somebody could have manipulated you, possibly a Libra, or an Aries or a water sign, could have manipulated you to make a decision. Maybe a decision you weren't quite ready for. I will tell you, because the High Priestess is upright, there's somebody really close to you who has some good advice for you. And so I would take it. And you would know who this person is, somebody you trust. Because right now, somebody's not being very rational or very practical. It's going to be this, person we've been talking about. This could even be a boss situation, and it maybe just made you emotional, but I felt like it was for relationships because of all the cups. And really, if you're not ready to kiss and make up, or you've been denied, or you're denying somebody, the Justice card says really think it over. Really investigate all aspects of the situation. And you will be victorious. Whoever is right will, receive the correct decision. There's sound judgment here. And I'm seeing mysteries will be revealed. So whatever is a mystery to you, or a mystery to someone else, could be revealed. And I feel like you should be using your intuition and your instincts, or continue to do so. All right, now let's get another spread for you guys. Just shuffle it a little bit so we can get some different people included in this reading. See what we can get for Gemini's 13. All right, Gemini's. What's coming towards, or what's going to come towards? Who's going to come towards Gemini's? What's coming up for Gemini's for 18? Okay, we have, 7 of Swords. Knight of Swords reversed. This is a wolf in sheep's clothing, guys. Love-hate relationship. Somebody's being sneaky. We have air signs here, so you could be dealing with another air sign, or this is you. Okay, those came out together, so I'm going to keep those. What else? Ten of Swords, betrayal, breakup. Oh, goodness. 6 of Cups reversed, needing to move on. Ooh, maybe you were too naive. Or you're just thinking about this. You're really thinking about the past over and over again, how somebody did you wrong. Or you're just reminiscing about the past, the good times, because you're going through some kind of a betrayal right now. Okay, now you're on this precipice where you have to make a choice. Bottom of the deck, the Sun, so all's going to be fine, okay? This is freedom, and I think this is actually where you're trying to head, okay? Something have come to light, and the wait is almost over. It will be in your favor, just like the last reading. You're going to see the truth, and kind of get some confidence back. Okay, let's see what comes out in this one. Why is the 7 of Swords and Knight of Swords reversed here? Okay, we have the World, i.e. the universe. Okay. Both of these cards just stand out to me as a ooh, no, we don't want that. Also with the Ten of Swords here in the World, I'm seeing there's an end. Okay. What I'm seeing is you may get out of some kind of a limitation. You may have a new beginning, but you're not rushing into it. And I also feel like you're picking up some things intuitively that you know may be veiled. And this 7 of Swords is telling me it's some kind of emotional betrayal. If it's not about emotional betrayal, this could be about education, because this is an education card. You could be getting an education, or you're just learning something and you're graduating. So you could be, again, something coming to light. You could have learned something and now you're graduating from that. But I do feel like something's coming to an end. It could be a graduation literally, or it could be emotionally for a relationship. And I feel like you're stabilizing your mind. And you're not going to be trapped I also get you have a restless feeling, which is common with Geminis. You're very changeable. And so I'm seeing not to rush into anything if you are thinking of changes, because you have cycles to complete, okay? You can't just leave something without closure. So this is not necessarily too bad, but this is saying don't be impulsive, because you could end up leaving somebody incapable of moving on. It could be seen as deceitful even. So just be very careful. Don't make any commitments. Don't sign any paperwork. Because there may just be somebody you can't win with. And there's usually somebody, like a person who's in wolf in sheep's clothing, who makes you ignore your intuition. And so I feel like you should not be doing that. Again, there is somebody you know who has good advice, so you should be listening to it. And I feel like you're mature enough where you can see that the world is at your doorstep. And here it is. Okay. All right. Why is the Ten of Swords and the Six of Cups reversed here? Oh, wow. Now we have the Magician upright. Okay. So you are thinking of something. You're really examining the past for some of you. Maybe even stuck. And you're aware of this. And you're seeking freedom. But you could have been really hurt and betrayed in the past because you were unrealistic or naive about a situation. Okay? Because this person made you ignore your intuition. And this is telling me, well, now you have the awareness, but only after this, and you ended it, or you are planning to end it. And I'm very sorry you had to go through this. You'd be seeking some kind of recompense, and you're feeling, well, what if all other relationships end up this way? I'm afraid I'm going to keep failing. But with the Sun here, as an overall, with the Ten of Swords, you have a silver lining. I mean, the Sun's coming up in the background, and then we have the Sun. So you have a silver lining. And I think you're aware that things aren't really going to fail the way maybe they have in the past. Because with the World and the Sun, I'm seeing positivity, happiness, success. It's coming up for you if you don't already have it. It's like just beyond the horizon. And the Sun does indicate love is on the horizon. Okay? And you're anticipating it is what I see. But it's going to come with freedom is also what I see. The thing is, you can make this happen. And again, more confidence coming back, okay? I feel like your drive is full of energy with the Magician and the Sun, but there could be some ego going on, so be careful of that. Yeah, I don't have much more for this. I'm going to get some more. Okay, why is the Magician here? You're thinking a lot about. Okay, Two of Cups reversed. Interesting. I thought the Two of Cups would come up. So again, we have this idea of friendship or romantic spark with somebody, but it looks like it could be an old friend or an ex-lover that you're thinking about that's over, or you're thinking about ending it. But definitely romance and friends are involved here. I'm just seeing there's not a connection. Something, psychically is just not there and you're separated. It's as if there was no, affection or respect between you. And now you're just trying to work on all your relationships. You're trying to see how you can fix all of your relationships, not just romantic. And right now, I don't see a new romance on the horizon. Okay, not for because you're still kind of stuck in the past here. You want to restore some kind of a relationship with the possibility of getting back together later. And I don't see that as being negative. Okay. Why is the Two of Wands here? Give me two cards. Okay, well, we got them. Three of Pentacles. Okay. And Two of Pentacles. That's so interesting. So we have this third party energy here. And I do see there's some kind of a choice that you will have to make with the 2 cards. You may be deciding to move, literally, but you don't have to necessarily be. There may be something at work you're deciding about. You may have recently turned down a proposal due to finding out that somebody was unfaithful or cheating. But again, something's going to come to light. You're going to be aware if you're not already. Okay, put this on the bottom. Why is the 2 of Pentacles here? I don't like to leave a 2 card like that. Oh, here it comes again, but now it's in an upright position. You're still juggling hurt and coming out of contemplation about this hurt. Okay, you're juggling these because you're at your limit. Things aren't really going anywhere. You don't feel like there's any progress going on. Could be that you're not talking. And there's a need to go back to 3 of Swords, which is heartache, separation, and betrayal. And this is the need to change your focus, to stop meditating on it. And I think you're about to. Some of you already have, based on that first reading. Okay, why is the 3 of Pentacles here? Okay, you got a lot of cards there. Come on, come on, come on. Right, so we have the Chariot reversed. Somebody is very restless and impulsive. This is a Bull in the China Shop card, okay? I feel like there's a delay going on here. You feel, again, like there's no direction, no progress. You're not able to work with somebody on something and you want to. You're trying to decide, should you stay and work on something or should you move forward? I'm seeing you should change your perspective, okay? Some of you are thinking about traveling the world, and I'm seeing just maybe not right now, okay? You have a lot going on that requires your attention before you can think something about that. Some of you are thinking about visiting somewhere in your past or going back to the past, and I'm seeing that looks like you're going to have to think about that a little bit longer because we do have some tension. Because you're trying to work together with somebody with the 3 of Pentacles here, but it's more like fighting. It's not all out fighting, like killing each other, but it's fighting. There'd be some kind of competition. Somebody have some new desires. And you're just clashing with your partner. But we also have a breakup, okay? And make sure that everybody has true intentions in this relationship. Because this may just not be the one for you. I think like you're wanting someone's attention. And you've been thinking about it. Or they're wanting yours. And maybe you're fighting to stand out among a competition. But, you know, do you really want to stand out whenever you've been betrayed? Okay, we have the King of Swords. So again, analyzing the situation very carefully. I feel like you should be wary and not over display your emotions or your passions. You can be flirty and you can be charming, but still be reserved, okay? You should be mentally stimulating to this person. Then we have 7 of Wands in reverse, which just go back to 6 of Wands. So in order to achieve victory, you need to give up some kind of a fight, some kind of a standing of your ground. And that's really up to you if you want to do that. And I see you're kind of hesitant. I'm seeing more competition. So I'm seeing you're fighting for something, but you should really be controlling your emotions. There's a lot of bickering. I'm seeing that you should be the mature one and stop, because you do have to have 2 to fight. But you're displaying a lot of passion, and that's making this person a little standoffish, when really all you're wanting to do is get their attention more than other people. And or this is going both ways, vice versa. Because we have the Star in reverse. So again, not getting attention, not being seen. And that's what you're actually fighting for. So if you're fighting for something and you're not getting it, my opinion would be to kind of give it up. Like you kind of do know where you stand with someone, okay? They have been very clear about it. And so you give up the fight, okay? And this may leave you a little pessimistic. I do feel like there's some kind of public recognition that you want. I'm not sure what this is. So it must be their attention towards you. I do feel like you could have been led astray. Somebody could have led you on. Okay. And this is just all the emotion that's coming up after it. And I do feel like you should be moving on, leave the old dream behind, okay, and come with something new. I don't feel as if you should let this past leave you bitter or with low self-esteem. All is not lost. There is a future out there. But I'm seeing this as expired. And so you should be going on this search for more. And you'll be very, very, very successful in this search for more. You will get the attention without actually having to fight for it. And I'm also seeing if you're a little pessimistic right now, okay? Maybe because before you were too naive or idealistic. But if you're a little bit more positive, a little more idealistic than maybe you have been lately, again, changing your focus, that will get you what you deserve, okay? It'll manifest things for you. All right, let's get some messages for all of the spreads regarding the Angel Answer deck. Things are going to be positive. We have the Sun at the bottom of your deck, so that was good. Okay, what messages are there for Geminis? Okay, something to reconsider. Interesting. So basically just think. It's not the right time. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad that didn't go behind the desk. But take action. I feel like this is take action for yourself. Okay. Or after you wait, you've reconsidered, then you can take some action. You may need help from other people. Again, that advice I was talking about. Somebody has good advice for you. Let's get one more. Okay, maybe not. That's it. Don't stop. Don't give up. Okay, because I do see that with the star reversed, you feel like it. More is coming towards you. Okay, and you have no need to worry. Now I'll see the bottom of the deck. You should be communicating clearly. That means less emotion. Okay, less desperate for attention, perhaps. All right, guys, let's get an overall advice from the Rider-Waite. What advice is there for Geminis for 18? What advice is there? Okay. I feel like the need to be brave is here, to go after your dreams. This would be for entrepreneurial business, but showing your passion, definitely that's here. But it's being passionate in a mature way. Notice she's able to be reserved and sit back. She can take a step forward when she needs to. That's what I'm seeing here. Let's see one more. The Fool. Yeah, having that carefree attitude, but still walking your own path and doing it bravely. I feel like you can be determined to be your own passionate self and to really transform your ego self that kind of gets in the way, like hurt feelings, those kinds of things, knowing that nobody really determines anything about you, that you do that. And so having freedom and self-esteem, being optimistic, even if it's non-traditional, not in your nature to be optimistic, you can return to a more childlike view of the world, even with the bitter past. Okay, you can choose to leave that behind. I feel like honesty and hard work are key here. Okay. And I'm seeing, again, non-committal. So really don't commit to anything right now, because there may be some things that you're not seeing. You can take some chances, but I just feel like commitments or contracts are a little bit shaky in the month of March. But if you have to, trust your own experiences, trust God, and know that everything will work out and that you're not going to be led somewhere that, God can't take you and see you through. All right, guys, good luck. Happy